Solution of section E, circular motion exercise 1. In this section we have questions from circular motion in vertical plane. So first question is, the tension in the string revolving in a vertical circle with a mass m at the end when it is at the lowest position. So we have to find out the tension when the mass is at the lowest position. So in this case we will have the variable velocity, magnitude as well as direction. So let's say it is the velocity at this point is v. So at this point what we can write, mg is acting in this direction and t is acting in this direction. We have total two forces which are acting on this body, and its acceleration is going to be, at this point its acceleration is going to be how much? A centripetal will be how much? V square by r, if this is r. So v square by r. So basically this body is having two forces acting on it, tension and mg, and it is having acceleration v square by r. At this point its acceleration will be towards center, which is equal to v square by r, because the particle at this point is moving in a circle with speed v and the radius of the circle is r. So the net force on the system, F net is equal to ma, we write. Clear? F net is what? Total force in this direction. In upward direction we will take, because acceleration is in upward direction. At this point acceleration is in upward direction. So total force in upward direction is T minus mg, and it is equal to m into what is the acceleration of the body? It is v square by r. Clear? So what we are doing here, F net is equal to ma, or you can say F net is equal to F centripetal. F net is equal to force in centripetal direction, or in the direction towards center. So F net on the body is equal to net force in the centripetal direction. Clear? Because when a body is moving in a circular path, it needs a centripetal force, and that force is provided by mg t. Here it is provided by mg and t, resultant of mg and t. So at the lowest point the tension will be equal to mv square by r plus mg, which is given in the third option. Question number E2. A motorcycle is going on a overbridge of radius r. The driver maintains a constant speed. As the motorcycle is ascending on the overbridge, the normal force on it is. So we have a overbridge like this. So a motorcycle is moving on it with constant speed. The driver maintains a constant speed, and the radius of this overbridge is r. Okay? Radius of this overbridge is r. Now when it is moving up, if we talk about this point, at this point we will have mg. What all forces are there on this body, we are observing that. So here there is a force mg acting on it and a normal force acting on it from the road, from the surface of the overbridge. So do we have any other force on this body? Mg is acting in downward direction, normal is acting like this. There are two forces acting on this body. Now it is moving in a circular path of radius r. It is moving in a circular path of radius r. So now we can say that if it is moving in a circular path of radius r, then towards center there should be some force. So mg and normal, they will provide a force towards center. So normal is acting in this direction, and component of mg will be acting in this direction. So resultant of normal and mg, component of mg, will provide a force in radial direction, and that resultant is nothing but the centripetal force. Centripetal force is not a new force which gets introduced when the particle is moving in a circular path. No, we are just saying that when we are moving in a circular path, we need a force towards center. And because that force was always acting towards center, we gave it a name, centripetal force. But centripetal force is like a MA. MA is not a force. MA is the resultant force in the direction where the acceleration is. Similarly, centripetal force is nothing but, centripetal force is like MA, where A is V square by R. So MV square by R. So F centripetal is MV square by R. So it is the resultant of all the forces, towards center. Now we can break this mg in two parts. Okay? Let's say at that instant angle is theta. So this will be mg. So what we'll do? This angle is theta. This line is making theta with vertical. So this angle will be theta, this angle will be 90 minus theta. So it is mg sin theta, and this one is mg cos theta. Component in this direction, ये हो गया theta, theta, theta. So mg sin theta, mg cos theta. Now force in the direction of or you can say radial direction will be how much? Mg cos theta. It is this mg cos theta is pulling the body towards center. So it will help the body to move on this circular path, and this is away from the center. So what we'll write? Total force in radial direction, total force towards center of the circle will be equal to how much? Mg cos theta minus n. Mg cos theta minus n. Clear? This is equals to nothing but mv square by r, because v we are keeping constant, the driver is maintaining the constant speed. So v is constant, r is constant. So now what we have, we will just replace it with fc. So normal is equal to कितना आया हमारे पास? mg cos theta minus fc. This is a constant. So अब यहाँ पे वेरिएबल क्या है? When this vehicle will move like this, धीरे धीरे क्या होगा? जब यहाँ पे जाएंगे तो एंगल क्या हो गया? छोटा हो गया. फिर यहाँ पे जाएंगे तो एंगल और क्या हो गया? छोटा हो गया. थीटा we are taking from the vertical. So initially theta was like this, फिर decreased. So when the body is ascending on the overbridge, theta is decreasing, cos theta will increase. ठीक है? Theta is decreasing, so cos theta will theta is decreasing, cos theta will increase. So this thing will increase. So normal force will increase because this is a constant. So if this will increase, the whole quantity will increase. So when the vehicle is ascending on the overbridge, the normal will be ascending. The value of normal force will be increasing. Clear? Because what is happening? Here we have calculated force towards center. It is mg cos theta minus n, which is equal to mv square by r. Mv square by r is constant because v is constant, r is constant. Now we can relate n is equal to mg cos theta minus, this is a constant, cos theta. Theta is decreasing, cos theta is increasing. So this whole quantity is increasing. So normal will be increasing. First option is the correct. Question number E3. In a circus, stuntman rides a motorbike in a circular track of radius r in the vertical plane. The minimum speed at highest point of track will be. So minimum speed. So we have calculated this. We have done this with the help of a stone. We had taken one question in which we had provided some velocity at the bottommost point, and we had calculated what should be the minimum velocity at the bottommost point so that it completes the circle. Now stuntman जो है वो मरना तो नहीं चाहता, so definitely he will maintain the at least minimum speed to complete the circle. So what minimum speed is required at the bottommost point if we want to complete the circle of radius capital R? It is root 5gr. ये हमने किया हुआ है. And in that condition, when we are providing root 5gr velocity at the bottommost point, velocity at topmost point is how much? Root gr. So minimum velocity required at topmost point is root gr. What condition we had taken? That tension or the normal force or the centripetal force, the force which is providing the centripetal force in that situation is 0 on that condition. ठीक है? जैसे हमने string mass system लिया, in that case the tension which was acting on the topmost point, we had taken it 0. When we were taking the stone inside the pipe, we had taken that normal force on the topmost point is 0, and in that case we had got that minimum speed required at this point to complete the circle. If it was projected from here, the minimum speed required at this point is root gr, and minimum speed required at this point is root 5gr. So if you will provide an object or anything, a speed is equal to root 5gr at the bottommost point, it will be having speed is equal to root gr at the topmost point, and it is the minimum or the critical condition for which it will be able to complete the circle. If you reduce speed at this point, speed will get reduced at this point and it will not be able to complete the circle. It will fall something like this. Clear? So root gr is the velocity required. अब आप अगर भूल गए कि कितनी आती है velocity इस point पे for minimum speed, what is the minimum speed required at this point, तो आपको इतना तो याद है कि root 5gr is the minimum speed at bottommost point. Clear? And वो कैसे आता है? तो हमने यहाँ tension 0 किया and इन दोनों point पे हमने energy conservation लगाया. Here potential energy is 0, kinetic energy is half mv square. Here kinetic energy is tension is 0, tension 0 से हमारे पास क्या आया था? root gr का केस आया था. करके देख ही लेते हैं तो रिवीजन भी हो जाएगा. So let's say we are providing some velocity at this point. एंड यहाँ पे हमने क्या लिया था कि टेंशन इज 0. हमने स्ट्रिंग मास सिस्टम लेकर के किया एंड देन वी जनरलाइज्ड इट फॉर ऑल अदर केसेस. सो यहाँ पे क्या है, at this point tension is 0. So now tension is 0. On this object we have mg. Clear? Mg is acting in downward direction. Is there any other force on that object? No. Let's say at this point velocity is v critical, vc. So what we'll write? Only one force we have towards center. ठीक है? So F is equal to ma. F is equal to ma towards center. So what we'll write? F towards center is mg is equal to, towards center we have to do F is equal to ma. So towards center what is the acceleration? It is v square by r into m vc square by r. And what is the force? So force in the direction of or the towards center is mg. So from here we can write vc is equal to root gr. So critical velocity at this point is root gr. यहाँ से भी आ गया. और अगर ये नहीं करना है तो आपको ये याद होगा कि यहाँ पे रूट 5gr है, तो एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन लगा दो कि भाई वेलोसिटी एट दी बॉटम मोस्ट पॉइंट वाज रूट 5gr एंड दिस इज द अगेन क्रिटिकल कंडीशन. सो यहाँ पे रूट 5gr है, यहाँ पे पोटेंशियल एनर्जी इज mg into 2r. So when you will solve you will get velocity at this point. So either you can do it this way or this way. Clear? अब यहाँ पे बॉटम मोस्ट पॉइंट पे रूट 5gr कैसे आता था, ये कैसे आया था? So when you equated tension is equal to 0 at this point, from there you got velocity at topmost point should be root gr in order to complete the circle. Clear? At critical condition. ठीक है? So this much should be the velocity at this point. Now what we did, we had conserved energy between these 2 points. So from there यहाँ पे potential energy is mg into 2r, kinetic energy is half mvc square. At this point potential energy is 0 and kinetic energy is half mv square. So from there we had got v is equal to root 5gr. प्लीज जाके इसको रिवाइज करेंगे, थोड़ा बहुत मैंने बता दिया है बट फिर भी एक बार रिवाइज कर लो. So the velocity required for this stunt man at the topmost point should be root gr. Otherwise वो ऐसे गिर जाएगा और राम नाम सत्य है. ठीक. Question number E4. A particle is moving in a vertical circle. The tension in the string when passing through 2 positions at angle 30 degree and 60 degree from vertical lowest position are T1 and T2 respectively. Then T1 is equal to T2, T2 greater than T1, T1 greater than T2. Tension in the strings always remain the same. So अब ये बताना है हमें. So in this question we have a particle which is moving in a circle and we have to find out the tensions at these 2 positions. One is when it is making angle theta is equal to 30 degree with vertical, and another when it is making 60 degree with vertical. So this is 30 degree and this is 60 degree. So here it is T1 and here it is T2. Now if we will calculate the centripetal force. So there are 2 forces acting on the object at any instant. First is tension, another one is mg. So here mg will be acting like this and on this mg will be acting like this. Now when we are calculating the force in the direction of center, we will take components of mg. So now this angle is 60 degree, 60 degree, this is making 60 degree with vertical. So this will be 60 degree and this will be 30 degree. So here we will have mg cos 30, that is mg root 3 by 2, and here mg cos 60, so mg by 2. Clear? Now we are finding out F centripetal, total force towards the center. So it will be T2 minus root 3 mg by 2, root 3 mg by 2, and in this case F centripetal is T1 minus mg by 2. Clear? Now F centripetal is what? It is, let's say velocity at this point is v1, velocity at this point is v2. So mv2 square by r, and here it is mv1 square by r. Now this is sure that velocity v2 will be less than velocity v1. v2 will be less than v1. ठीक है ना? Why? Because we are having mg force which is deaccelerating the particle, or what you can say, at this point we had taken potential energy 0 and kinetic energy half mv bottom square. Clear? So at this point the complete energy was in the form of kinetic energy. When it is going up, some part of the energy is converting into the potential energy. It means kinetic energy will decrease, it means velocity will decrease. So slowly v1 will be less than vb and v2 will be less than v1. Why? Because now potential energy has even increased further, so kinetic energy will decrease. So now v2 will be less than v1. It means what we can write? T2 is equal to m V2 square by R plus root 3 mg by 2, and T1 is equal to m V1 square, okay, this is mg by 2, mg by 2, mg cos 60, mg by 2. So here we have mg by 2, m V1 square by R plus root 3 mg by 2. Clear? Now this quantity is lesser than this quantity. Why? Because we have V2 less than V1. So this quantity is lesser than this quantity, and this quantity is lesser than this quantity. It means overall T2 will be less than T1. And ये तो हमें पता ही है कि when we are at this position, tension is highest. Tension is highest. When we are moving upward, tension slowly it decreases. And when if we are giving root 5 gr velocity at this point, tension at this point becomes 0. And slowly the velocity is also decreasing and tension in the string is also decreasing. So when we will be closer to the bottommost position, in that cases we will have more tension in the string. If we are towards the topmost point, tension will be less in the string. So here we will have T1 greater than T2. T1 will be greater than T2. Question number E5. A stone is tied to a string and is rotated in a vertical plane. If mass of the stone is m, the length of the string is r, and the linear speed of the stone is v when the stone is at its lowest position, then the tension in the string at the lowest position will be. So this question is again repetition. So they are saying that mass is m, radius of the length of the string is r. When it is at bottommost position, velocity is v. So here what we'll write? We will write F centripetal or force in centripetal direction is equal to how much? M v square by r. M v square by r. And what is the force in centripetal direction? What is the net force towards center? So T minus mg. So T minus mg. So tension in the string will be mg plus mv square by r. This was the first question, I guess. Yes. Question number E6. A car moves at a constant speed on a road as shown in the figure. The normal force by the road on the car is NA and NB when it is at the points A and B. Then we have to relate normal force. What is the relation between NA and NB? So path is given something like this. Clear? So this is point A and this is point B. So it is moving throughout this path with a constant speed. It is moving with a constant speed. Now if we see here at this point, it is moving on a curved path, and we can say this curved path is a part of a circle like this, and this curved path is a part of circle like this. So we can say this is RB and this is RA. Clear? So radius of curvature of this curve is more and radius of curvature for this curve is less. Clear? Now here what we can write, at this point the particle is moving with speed v and it is moving on a circle of radius RA. So what all forces are acting on it? mg and normal from the road. Let's say it is NA. Here what we have? mg and normal from the road, it is NB. So what I'll write the forces in the direction towards center. So towards center, what force I have? So here we have mg minus NA is equal to mv square by RA. Because here the radius of curvature, radius of the circle is RA. Similarly here mg minus NB is equal to mv square by RB. So for relating NA and NB, and NA is equal to what? mg minus mv square by RA, and NB is equal to what? mv square mg minus mv square by RB. Now here what we have, these two quantities, these are same in both the equations, in equation of NA as well as in equation of NB. Now from mg we are subtracting something. So if we will subtract more, the whole quantity will get reduced. So here what we have, RB is smaller, so this quantity is smaller than this. RB is smaller, so this quantity is bigger than this. RA is greater than RB. It means mv square by RA is smaller than mv square by RB. ठीक है? we are dividing RA and RB to the same quantity, mv square by RA, mv square by RB. So if RA is more, then this will become less. RB is less, so this will become more. So now in this case, we are reducing, we are subtracting a lesser quantity. mv square by RA is chota, this quantity is chota, this quantity is bada. So from mg we are subtracting smaller quantity. So this will be, ये टोटल क्या रहेगा, बड़ा रहेगा. और हम क्या कर रहे हैं, mg में से एक बड़ी क्वांटिटी को, अगर दिस इज बिगर क्वांटिटी, सो बड़ी क्वांटिटी को अगर हम सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे, दिस कंप्लीट विल गेट रिड्यूस्ड. एंड यहाँ पे हम छोटी क्वांटिटी है, दिस इज स्मॉलर, सो इसको स्मॉलर क्वांटिटी को हम mg से रिड्यूस करेंगे, so this will be bigger. So what we'll get, Na is greater than Nb. So normal force here will be greater than normal force in case of B. Na greater than Nb. Question number E7. A heavy mass is attached to a thin wire and is whirled in a vertical circle. The wire is most likely to break when the mass is at highest point, when it is at lowest point, when it is at horizontal, when it is at angle cos inverse 1/3 from the upward vertical. So we had calculated in previous question that the tension, once we are moving away from the bottommost position, tension decreases. So tension is maximum at which position? It is maximum at bottommost position. Clear? It is maximum at bottommost position. When you will go up, slowly the tension will start decreasing. So tension is maximum in the string when the object is at bottommost position. So when it is most likely to break, when it is at bottommost position. So the wire is most likely to break when the mass is at the lowest point of the circle. So second option will be the correct answer. Question number E8. A motorcycle is going on an overbridge of radius r. The driver maintains a constant speed. As the motorcycle is ascending on the overbridge, the normal force on it increases. अभी किया था हमने ये क्वेश्चन, ठीक है. Question number E9. A hollow sphere has radius 6.4 meter. Minimum velocity required by a motorcyclist at bottom to complete the circle will be root 5g r. So root 5g, g क्या लेना चाहिए, 10 into r. r is 6.4. So ये तो हो जाएगा 64. So बाहर आएगा 8 root 5. So 8 root 5 will be, this will be 2 point something, 2 point let's say 24 into 8. So it will be close to 17, है ना. So here we have option 17.7, 10.2, 12.4, 16. So 16 तो हो ही नहीं सकता because exactly if it is 2 then it will be 16. So 17.7 will be the answer. A body of mass 100 gram is rotating in a circular path of radius r with constant velocity. The work done in the complete revolution is. So it is moving with a constant velocity. It is a uniform circular motion. The force is only centripetal. There is no tangential force because it is moving with a constant velocity. So only centripetal acceleration is there. Centripetal acceleration and centripetal force are always perpendicular to the direction of velocity. So if F and V are perpendicular, what is the work done? Work done will be 0 because every small displacement is perpendicular to the force. अभी इस छोटे से इंस्टेंट में जो डिस्प्लेसमेंट करेगा that is perpendicular to force, again perpendicular to force. So force is always perpendicular to the direction of motion. So work done will be 0. Question number E11. A weightless thread can bear tension up to 3.7 kg weight. A stone of mass 500 grams is tied to it and revolved in a circular path of radius 4 meter in a vertical plane. If g is equal to 10, then maximum angular velocity of the stone will be. So maximum the thread can bear the tension is how much? 3.7 kg weight. So we can say 3.7 into 10 Newton. So now maximum tension is at which point? It is at the bottommost point. So tension is equal to 3.7 kg weight, or we can write T is equal to 3.7 into 10 Newton, which is 37 Newton. Mass of the stone is 500 gram and radius of the circle in which it is moving is 4 meter. Then the maximum angular velocity of the stone will be. So maximum tension is there at bottommost point. So here what we can write, T minus mg is equal to F towards center. T minus mg is equal to total force towards center. which is equal to m omega square r. So T maximum कितना है 37 minus mg, m कितना है 500 या आप बोल सकते हो half kg into 10 is equal to half into omega square into r is 4. So from here we have this is 5, this is 2, 37 minus 5 we will have 32 by 4 is equal to omega square. So omega will be equal to 2 root 2. Omega is equal to 2 root 2. Okay, here we have half omega square and here we have 2. So 32, this will be 16. So omega will be equal to 4 radians per second. Answer is 4 radians per second. Question number E12. A small disk is on the top of a hemisphere of radius r. What is the smallest horizontal velocity v that should be given to the disk for it to leave the hemisphere and not slide down on it? So we have a small disk which is kept on the sphere of radius r. This is a small disk which is kept on a sphere of radius r. Now we are providing some velocity, horizontal velocity to this disk, and now they are saying that it should not slide down, it should not move like this. It should leave the contact from the sphere at this point itself. Once it starts moving, it should leave the contact with the sphere. So basically in this case you will have to consider that at this point itself the normal will become 0. Clear? Minimum speed we want to find out. What is the smallest horizontal velocity? So now if it moves something like this, not touching this object but it moves something like this, then this path will be almost circular of radius r. It will be almost circular of radius r. Clear? So we are taking smallest velocity. So smallest condition will be what? That it is moving by the side by side of this sphere of radius r. So we can say that this disk is moving on a circular path of radius r and normal force is 0 here itself. Clear? So we cannot claim about this much length of the path, but for this much small distance, we can say that it is moving on a curved path of radius r and normal force is 0. So here what I will do, I will use F net is equal to ma, and I will consider that it is moving, this object is moving on a circular path of radius r with the velocity I am providing. So on topmost point I have provided a velocity v. With that it is moving on a circular path. So at this point its velocity is v. It is moving on a circular path of radius r. So its acceleration will be a is equal to v square by r. Clear? F net on this object. So F net on this object mg and here normal. But what I am considering, because I am taking that the disk will immediately leave the sphere or the surface of sphere, so I am saying that at this point itself the normal will become 0. So I will have only one force in this direction. So what I am doing now, towards center or in the direction of center, I am doing F net is equal to ma. So in this direction what all forces I have? mg. Is there any other force? Normal was there, mg minus n is equal to, acceleration in this direction is v square by r. Because it is moving in a circle, its acceleration will be in this direction, which is equal to v square by r. So mv square by r. This is 0. So now I can write v is equal to root g r. So if this body is about to leave the circle immediately or about to leave the sphere immediately after the velocity is provided, its velocity, minimum velocity should be root gr. So if you will provide velocity more than root gr, so it will simply go like this. Or if you increase more velocity, it will move like this. If you increase more velocity, it will move like this. But if you provide minimum this much velocity root gr, it is going to move like this, and then afterwards it will move because of gravity. So in this case, there is the condition of just leaving the sphere. In all these cases, ये तो स्पीड से आपने इसको प्रोजेक्ट कर दिया तो दूर जाके गिरेगी, तुरंत खत्म हो जाएगा कांटेक्ट. बट अगर आपको पूछे कि मिनिमम कितनी वेलोसिटी देना चाहिए, सो दिस शुड बी द कंसिडरेशन कि जैसे हमने उसको जैसे हिट किया, सो इट इज मूविंग साइड बाय साइड, मतलब वो स्फीयर पे ही मूव करता, स्फीयर पे ही स्लाइड करता, बट हमने नॉर्मल को जीरो कर दिया, इसका मतलब वो स्फीयर पे स्लाइड करता बट उसका कांटेक्ट जीरो हो गया. सो नाउ वी कैन से द कांटेक्ट इज जीरो and this will be the minimum velocity with which it should be projected to end the contact with the sphere. Clear? तो हमने क्या किया है, इस पॉइंट पे नॉर्मल को जीरो किया एंड इस छोटे से पार्ट के लिए हमने कंसीडर किया कि इट इज मूविंग ऑन अ सर्कल, इट इज मूविंग ऑन अ सर्कल with radius r. Clear? So answer will be v is equal to root gr. E13, the minimum velocity at the lowest point so that the string just slack at the highest position in a vertical circle of radius L. So ये तो हमने किया हुआ है, just slack at the highest position means tension at the topmost point 0. So what will be the condition at the bottommost point? So if we provide root 5 GL velocity at the bottommost point, then at the topmost point we will have tension is equal to 0. It will be able to complete the circle. At topmost point velocity will be root GL. So answer will be root 5 GL. Question number E14. A simple pendulum oscillates in a vertical plane. When it passes through the mean position, the tension in the string is 3 times the weight of the pendulum bob. So when it is when it passes through the mean position means this, it is oscillating like this in vertical plane, like pendulum bob देखा ही होगा, watch में जो रहता है. So when it is passing from the mean position, the tension in the string is equal to 3 times the weight of the pendulum bob. So total force on this pendulum bob will be T is equal to, tension is equal to 3 mg and its own weight is equal to mg. So net force, tension कितना लग रहा है, 3 mg, it is given in the question, and weight तो लगता ही रहेगा, weight is mg. What is the maximum displacement of the pendulum of the string with respect to the vertical? So it must be oscillating something like this, यहाँ से यहाँ गया और फिर ऐसे oscillate कर रहा है ये. So what is the height up to which it is going? What is the maximum height up to which it is going? So this is the maximum height. ठीक है, ऐसे गया, फिर वापस आया, इधर तक गया, फिर वापस आया, फिर ऐसे गया. So this is the maximum height. Now how we will find out this? So first thing, we can conserve the energy between these 2 points and that's how we will be able to find out the height. That is the simplest way to find out the height. But now for conserving the energy, we need to know the velocity at this point. So velocity, how we will find out? So basically for this much path, again it is moving in a circular path. This is a circular path. So now what we can do at this point, we know the forces. So what we can do, F net is equal to ma. So this object is moving in a circle of radius r. It is moving in a circle of radius r. At this point, let's say its speed is v. So at this point, what we can do, F net is equal to ma towards center. So if velocity at this point is v, then centripetal force will be how much? Force towards center should be how much? mv square by r. So m into acceleration is v square by r towards center. What all forces are there towards center? 3 mg minus mg. So 2 mg. So now what we have? 2 mg r is equal to mv square. So what I am trying to do is just look at the calculation. mgr is equal to half mv square. ठीक है? This is nothing but this is the kinetic energy at the bottommost point. ठीक है? अगर आप ऐसा नहीं करना चाहते, this will be the shortest way. आपने ये निकाला, this has come from the F net is equal to ma. Now I can see that half mv square is equal to mgr. Now half mv square is kinetic energy at the bottommost point. ठीक है? इस पॉइंट पे कितनी हमारे पास काइनेटिक एनर्जी है? हाफ mv स्क्वायर. सो अब हम क्या करेंगे? एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन. सो हाफ mv स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू mg into h. Let's say the particle is going up to this height. So h max. So यहाँ से हमारे पास क्या आ गया? h max is equal to so half mv स्क्वायर की वैल्यू हमारे पास क्या है? mgr डिवाइडेड बाई mg किया हमने तो कितना आ गया? ये r आ गया है ना. हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर की वैल्यू फ्रॉम दिस कैलकुलेशन वी हैव गॉट हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू एम जी आर. सो हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू एम जी एच मैक्स विच इज द एनर्जी कंजर्वेशन. नाउ हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर को हमने रखा एम जी आर, सो एच इज इक्वल टू क्या आ गया आर. वो हम डायरेक्टली यहां से भी बोल सकते थे भाई डायरेक्टली दिस हैज ब्रॉट द कंजर्वेशन ऑफ एनर्जी इक्वेशन व्हेन वी हैव सॉल्व द इक्वेशन फॉर फोर्स. तो डायरेक्टली हमें मिल गया कि हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू एम जी आर. इट मीन्स इट इज गोइंग अप टू अ हाइट इक्वल्स टू आर. आर हाइट क्या होगी? दिस इज द आर हाइट. इट मीन्स इट इज गोइंग अप टू हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन. सो बेसिकली दैट पेंडुलम इज स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम हियर, इट इज गोइंग अप टू हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन, फिर मीन पोजीशन, फिर हॉरिजॉन्टल पोजीशन, फिर मीन पोजीशन. सो इट इज ऑसिलेटिंग लाइक दिस. पूरा यहां से यहां जा रहा है, ठीक है ना. एंड दैट्स हाउ इट इज एबल टू गो अ मैक्सिमम हाइट इक्वल्स टू कैपिटल आर. क्लियर है ये चीज? सो डायरेक्टली यहां से हम बोल सकते हैं नाउ आफ्टर फाइंडिंग आउट द वेलोसिटी आई वांट टू डू हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर. तो आपको डायरेक्टली अगर हाफ एम वी स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू एम जी आर मिल रहा है, सो दिस इज द हाइट बाय विच इट इज गोइंग टू मूव इन अपवर्ड डायरेक्शन. सो यहाँ पे इसमें हमारे पास जो ऑप्शंस हैं वो हैं 30 डिग्री, 45 डिग्री, 60 डिग्री, 90 डिग्री. So what angle it will make? What is the maximum displacement of the pendulum of the string with respect to vertical? So maximum angle is how much? 90 degree, है ना. 90 degree तक जा रहा है. So answer will be 90 degree. Question number E15. A coin placed on a rotating turntable just slips if it is placed at a distance 4 cm from the center. So it is a turntable. It is rotating with some omega. Now a coin is kept at a distance 4 cm from the center, 4 cm from the center, and at this point it has just the tendency to slip. It has the tendency to slip. Now if the angular velocity of the turntable is doubled, now second case है जब हमने इसकी angular velocity को क्या कर दिया 2 ओमेगा कर दिया, then it will just slip at a distance of. तो यहाँ पे बोल रहा है कि किस डिस्टेंस पे ये स्लिपिंग शुरू कर देगा. So in this case what is happening? It is starting to slip at a distance 4 cm. So पहले ये देखो कि स्लिप क्यों होगा यहाँ पे, ठीक है. तो अब यहाँ पे अगर हम इस कॉइन को देखें, so this turntable is rotating with omega. This turntable is rotating with omega. So let's say this coin is not slipping. This coin is not slipping means it is also rotating with omega on this circle of radius 4 cm. How is it possible? It is possible because friction is there. Friction is providing. There is some friction between the turntable and the coin, and that's how it is able to rotate on the turntable. अगर कोई friction नहीं होता तो इस पे कोई force नहीं होता, ठीक है. If और हमने मान लो अभी सिस्टम पूरा रेस्ट में था and there is no friction between coin and the turntable. There is no friction between them. तो जैसे ही आप स्विच ऑन करोगे एंड दिस टर्नटेबल विल स्टार्ट रोटेटिंग, ये क्या होगा, कॉइन तो अपनी जगह में रहना चाहेगा बिकॉज देयर इज नो फोर्स ऑन दी कॉइन. तो कॉइन मूव कैसे करेगा? इट वाज एट रेस्ट, इट विल ट्राई टू रिमेन एट रेस्ट. तो कॉइन तो रेस्ट में रहना चाह रहा है, टेबल घूमना चाह रहा है. सो कॉइन क्या करेगा? कॉइन विल स्लिप ऑफ. इट कैन नॉट मूव विद द टर्नटेबल बिकॉज इट हैज नो फोर्स. इट वाज एट रेस्ट, इट विल ट्राई टू रिमेन एट रेस्ट, बट टर्नटेबल विल मूव. तो जो कॉइन के रिस्पेक्ट में टर्नटेबल विल स्टार्ट मूविंग. सो टर्नटेबल के रिस्पेक्ट में वी विल बी एबल टू से कि टर्नटेबल पे ही स्लिप हो गया, ठीक. तो यहाँ पे अब क्या होगा, लैक ऑफ सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स की वजह से, इफ देयर इज नो फ्रिक्शन बिकॉज ऑफ लैक ऑफ सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स, इट विल, यहाँ पे क्या होगा, सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स अगर फ्रिक्शन प्रोवाइड कर पा रहा है then it will provide a centripetal force in this direction and it will be able to move. If it is not, the turntable is not able to provide the necessary centripetal force by friction, अगर कोई फ्रिक्शन नहीं है तो then it will slip off the table. क्लियर है ये चीज? ये कैसा होगा, धीरे धीरे बाहर निकलता जाएगा. अब यहाँ पे बोल रहा है कि at 4 cm it has the just the condition of slip off. 4 cm पे slip off हो सकता है. इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि फ्रिक्शन वहां पे अपनी मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पे, फ्रिक्शन मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पे है, वो ट्राई कर रहा है कि कॉइन बाहर ना निकले, कॉइन बाहर ना निकले. सो फ्रिक्शन इज एट इट्स मैक्सिमम वैल्यू, ठीक. और जस्ट स्लिप ऑफ की कंडीशन क्या है कि यहाँ जस्ट स्लिप ऑफ का मतलब क्या है कि फ्रिक्शन अगर हमने थोड़ा सा भी वहां पे अगर फ्रिक्शन थोड़ा सा भी कम हुआ तो स्लिप ऑफ हो जाएगा. सो बेसिकली जो नेसेसरी सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स है और जो फ्रिक्शन फोर्स है वो क्या है, फ्रिक्शन फोर्स अपनी मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पे है कि इससे ज्यादा फ्रिक्शन वो प्रोवाइड नहीं कर पाएगा. इट मींस जस्ट स्लिप ऑफ ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ स्लिपिंग. जैसे हमने क्या देखा था कि जब ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ मोशन जब ऑब्जेक्ट रहता है तो फ्रिक्शन इज एट इट्स मैक्सिमम वैल्यू. So here also the coin is at the condition of just slip off. इसका मतलब फ्रिक्शन is at its maximum value. Now फ्रिक्शन का यूज कहाँ पे हो रहा है? फ्रिक्शन का यूज हो रहा है in the mv square by r, necessary centripetal force. तो हम क्या करेंगे? necessary centripetal force को इक्वेट कर देंगे मैक्सिमम वैल्यू ऑफ फ्रिक्शन से. तो इस कंडीशन पे when it is moving with omega, that condition is happening when it is at radius r 4 centimeter, when the coin is kept at 4 centimeter. So what I can write, Fs max in first case is equal to how much? M of coin omega square into r. R is 4 centimeter. But now what I did, I have doubled the speed. But friction तो अभी भी सेम ही रहेगा क्योंकि coin is same, turntable is same, so material is same, mu is same, friction is same, because all the everything else is same. So Fs max अभी भी उतना ही रहने वाला है. But now necessary centripetal force which is required for this coin to move is m 2 omega square into r dash, let's say. ठीक है, तो अब क्या है, हमने उसको और तेजी से घुमाना शुरू कर दिया. Now if we are increasing the omega, if we want to rotate it with more angular velocity, then necessary centripetal force required कितना होगा? वो ज्यादा होगा. अगर ज्यादा होगा और Fs max तो already 4 सेंटीमीटर पे friction is at its maximum value. तो अब वो कैसे लाएगा frictional force? It will not able to bring that extra centripetal force. So it will start to slip off the turntable. slip करने लगेगा. ठीक, अब यहां से देखते हैं कि r dash कितना आता है. So r dash is equal to 1 centimeter. So when the omega has increased, omega जब increase हो गया है कितना 2 ओमेगा डबल हो गया है जब, तो ये 1 सेंटीमीटर पे ही, यहाँ पे मान लो 1 सेंटीमीटर मतलब यहाँ इसी सर्कल में वो कंडीशन आ गई, वो स्लिप होकर के क्या हो गया, क्लोजर टू सेंटर आ गया. 1 सेंटीमीटर पे ही सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स मैक्सिमम फ्रिक्शन की मांग कर रहा है. नेसेसरी सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स इज इक्वल टू कितना हो गया आपका, मैक्सिमम फ्रिक्शन के बराबर हो गया. तो जब आपने ओमेगा को बढ़ा दिया तो आपको छोटे सर्कल में ही ज्यादा फोर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट हो गई. छोटे सर्कल में ही आप Fs max पे पहुंच गए. एंड व्हेन योर ओमेगा वाज बिगर, आप Fs max पे कब पहुंचे थे, जब आप 4 सेंटीमीटर थोड़े दूर थे, तब जाके आपको फोर्स की रिक्वायरमेंट कितनी थी, इट वाज इक्वल टू Fs max. बट जब आपने ओमेगा को बढ़ा दिया तो आप छोटे ही सर्कल में यू रिक्वायर मोर सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स एंड यू हैव रीच्ड टू द मैक्सिमम लिमिटिंग वैल्यू ऑफ स्टैटिक फ्रिक्शन. सो यहाँ पे क्या होगा, जो दूसरी कंडीशन जब होगी कि जस्ट स्लिप ऑफ मतलब आपका जो फ्रिक्शन है वो मैक्सिमम वैल्यू पे है. फ्रिक्शन का काम क्या है, अभी फ्रिक्शन का काम है इसको सर्कल में घुमाना. तो बस क्या करो, Fs max इज इक्वल टू सेंट्रीपेटल फोर्स. फर्स्ट कंडीशन में हमको सब कुछ गिवन है, सेकंड में हमें फाइंड आउट करना है r डैश. तो क्या किया हमने, Fs max इज इक्वल टू m ओमेगा स्क्वायर r इन बोथ द केसेस. कंपेयर करो, यू विल गेट द आंसर. Question number E18. A weightless rod of length 2L carries two equal masses M, one tied at lower end A and other tied at the middle of the rod at B, and it is kept at horizontal position initially and then released. So this is L, this is L. Total it is 2L. It is rotating about this point, M and M. This is A and this one is B. Now we have to find out the speed of, this is B, speed of mass D when the rod has become vertical. So ये rotate होके इस तरीके से आएगा and this will rotate and come like this. ठीक है, so यहाँ पे आ जाएगा B and here we will have A. Clear? अब इसमें क्या है, कैसे फाइंड आउट करेंगे. So rod has become like this now and it will have some velocity. रॉड को ऐसे रिलीज किया तो ऐसे आएगा, ऐसे गिरेगा and it will have some velocity. Now what we can claim about this rod is that all the points on this rod will have same angular velocity. सबके सब same angular velocity से घूमेंगे. यहाँ पे अगर पहुंचे तो सारे पॉइंट का ओमेगा सेम होगा, यहाँ पे अगर है तो सारे पॉइंट का ओमेगा क्या होगा, it will be same. Why we are saying that, if you look at this point, ये भी 90 डिग्री का एंगल कवर करके आया है और पूरी की पूरी रॉड तो एक ही टाइम पे वर्टिकल हुई है ना. सो दिस पॉइंट हैज कवर्ड 90 डिग्री, दिस पॉइंट हैज कवर्ड 90 डिग्री, दिस मास हैज कवर्ड 90 डिग्री, दिस मास हैज कवर्ड 90 डिग्री. सो दे आर कवरिंग सेम एंगल इन सेम टाइम. So angular velocity will be same but linear velocities will be different. So let's say when they have come to this point, their angular velocity is omega. Then what will be the linear velocity? Linear velocity will be tangential and it will be equal to omega r. R is the distance from center. So it will be omega L, and for this it will be 2 omega L, because omega into 2L. Now we have found out the linear velocity omega L for B, and for A it is 2 omega L. Now we want to find out what is the value of omega L. वो कैसे करेंगे? So another equation we can get it from the conservation of energy. So let's say this is the reference point, PE is equal to 0. So now according to this point, initially the masses were kept at 2L height. Both the masses were at 2L height. So mg into 2L plus mg into 2L plus mg into 2L, 2mg into 2L is equal to, finally क्या है, when rod has become vertical, A तो आ गया 0 पे, so m into g into 0 plus B is at L height, so mg into L plus, now this has some velocity, this has some velocity, half m va square plus half m vb square. So we can write it like this. So 4 mgl minus mgl, 3 mgl is equal to half m va square is 2 omega L square plus Vb square is equal to omega L square. Now from here m से m cancel. So 6 GL is equal to 4 omega square L square plus omega square L square, 5 omega square L square. Now I want to find out omega L. So simply I will take 5 in this side, 6 mgl का root क्या आ गया, omega L. And omega L is nothing but velocity of or speed of B when rod has become vertical. So answer will be under root 6 GL by 5. Omega L is equal to VB is equal to root 6 GL by 5. So these were the questions from section E. Let's see the solution of section F, motion of a vehicle, centrifugal force and rotation of earth. Question number 1. A car moving on a horizontal road may be thrown out of the road in taking turn. First, by the gravitational force? No. Due to lack of sufficient centripetal force? Yes. While taking turn, it needs a force which is towards the center so that it will be able to take the turn. So that force, that resultant force or whatever force will be there in the direction of center, we will call it centripetal force. So if it is not there, it will not be able to take turn and it will slip off the road. So due to lack of sufficient centripetal force. Due to friction between road and the tire? No. Due to the reaction of earth? No. Question number F2. The magnitude of the centripetal force acting on a body of mass m executing uniform circular motion of radius r with speed v is? It is mv square by r. ठीक है? And centripetal force is not a new force. It's a force. क्या हम बोलते हैं कि भाई उस पे अगर 5-6 फोर्स लग रहे हैं, then net force will be in the direction of center. ठीक है, 5-6 फोर्स लग रहे हैं, normal, electrostatic, gravitational, friction and spring force. Let's say these 5 forces are acting on it. Then if it is moving on a circle of radius r with a constant speed, then the resultant of those 5 forces will be in the direction towards center. And that resultant, that MA will be called as centripetal force because उसका nature क्या है कि वो center की तरफ लगता है. ठीक है, तो जो net force है that is centripetal force. Centripetal force is not a new force. Clear? It is nothing but MA. Question number F3. Radius of the curved road on a national highway is r. Width of the road is b. The outer edge of the road is raised by a height h. So there is a curved road. Its width is b and the outer edge of the width is the road is h. ठीक है, तो हमने जैसे पढ़ा था बैंकिंग ऑफ रोड्स. सो फॉर दैट बैंकिंग हमने क्या किया, रोड ऐसे ना रख के या रोड ऐसे ना रख के हमने थोड़ा सा उसको टेढ़ा कर दिया. रोड को सीधा ना रख के थोड़ा सा हमने टेढ़ा कर दिया. सो व्हीकल विल गो लाइक दिस. So this end of the road is raised by a height h. So banking, कुछ banking हो गई रोड की. ठीक है, the outer edge of the road is raised by a height h with respect to the inner edge so that a car with velocity v can pass safe over it. The value of h is. So now what we have, a car with velocity v with speed v is able to cross the road or take the turn safely. Then what is h? So हमने क्या किया था, हमने देखा था कि भाई इस पे अगर कोई व्हीकल जाने वाला है, इस पे नॉर्मल फोर्स ऐसे लगेगा, mg ऐसे लगेगा. क्लियर? and it is taking a turn on the circle of radius r, then what we used to write? So if this is theta, this is going to be theta. You alternate interior angles. Theta, this is theta. So this will be 90 minus theta and this is again theta. So n cos theta is equal to mg and n sin theta is equal to n sin theta. This is n cos theta which will balance mg. N sin theta will provide the necessary centripetal force which is equal to mv square by r, because n sin theta is acting towards center, and what acceleration we have towards center? V square by r. So tan theta is equal to, we had got v square by rg. Here we have tan theta is equal to h by b. अगर आपको डायरेक्टली ये याद है, क्योंकि हमने 6-7 केसेस में किया है, tan theta is equal to v square by rg, tan theta is equal to v square by rg. So directly put this value, what we'll get? H is equal to v square b divided by rg. So height by which it is raised is v square b by rg. Question number F4. If a particle of mass m is moving in a horizontal circle of radius r with a centripetal force equals to minus 1 by r square, F centripetal is equal to minus 1 by r square. अब अगेन यहाँ पे क्या है? r square है. So F centripetal जब हम mv square by r लिखेंगे, mv square by r is equal to 1 by r square. Why? Because here positive, positive, positive. This minus shows the direction. That's it. So centripetal force is 1 by r square. Then the total energy is, total energy, so यहाँ पे क्या है? हाफ mv square is the kinetic energy. हाफ mv square यहाँ से आ जाएगा, कितना आएगा? हाफ mv square is mv square is 1 by r. So half mv square is 1 by 2r. So half mv square is 1 by 2r. So now force is equal to minus 1 by r square, and we know that F is equal to minus du divided by dr. So from here we can find out the potential energy. So potential energy will be, so F dr minus of F dr is equal to integration du. Clear? Now we are considering that when particle is out of our range, it is at infinity, the potential energy is 0, and when it is at infinite distance, potential energy is 0, and when it is at distance r, which is it is moving in a circle of radius r, so when it is at a distance r from the origin, its potential energy is u. So u minus 0 is equal to minus f. So minus f is 1 by r square. So 1 by r square. So if you will integrate this, what will get? Minus 1 by r from infinity to capital R. When you will put the values, u is equal to minus 1 by r. So potential energy is minus 1 by r. So total energy will be minus 1 by r, which is potential energy, plus kinetic energy is half r. So from here we have minus half r. So total energy of the particle will be minus half r. So answer will be the first option for question number F4.